Hi, my name's Katie and thanks for coming here. I'm going to give you a quick, brief overview of the teaching English online industry, specifically looking at teaching kids in China. So it's just really quick to give you a bit of an overview and let's get into it. We're going to talk about working for a company to teach kids in China and why teach online and the qualifications for teaching online. We will then go into how to find online teaching jobs, and I'll give you a download, how much you'll get paid, and what equipment do you need to get started. And finally, we will look into what is the lifestyle really like, what's the interview process like, and how to nail the mock lesson and start on a higher pay. So let's get going. Teaching English online. What is it about? Basically, you can work for a company, you can teach freelance on platforms like Upwork, or you can teach independently from your own website. We're going to talk about working for a company to teach English to kids in China today. So basically, China's government is supporting and encouraging the population to learn English. It is an $8 billion industry and it's growing, it's massive, and there are literally hundreds of companies, that you can work for and teach English. So the opportunities are there and you'll definitely can find a job. The pros are it's flexible, there is no commuting, you can work from home, and you can work and travel the world while teaching English. It's relatively easy, it's stress-free, and it's pretty fun. If you like chatting and talking and being silly, it's actually, pretty fun.
So now for the cons.
Peak hours in China, in Beijing, which is basically 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So wherever you are in the world, you need to sort of work in those time zones. So people in the US might be waking up really early, or in New Zealand it could be quite late. If you're in Asia or traveling Asia, it's perfect. It's the same time zone. Australia, it's only works out about 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. at night, which is fine. If the kids are already gone to bed, you can do a little bit of work and earn some extra cash. And the biggest thing is you need a strong internet connection. I will keep repeating this, strong internet connection. So they want about 5 Mbps upload and 10 Mbps download. So you do have fast speeds from your mobile phone that you can tether off, although the companies, they want a cabled connection. They all say you need a cabled stable connection, although I have worked many times tethering from my phone. It does actually work, but it is not something that you are really allowed to do or supposed to do. But if it's not teach because some internet disasters happened, or tether your phone, I would say, tether your phone. So it suits mothers who want to earn some extra cash, people traveling, single mums, anyone who enjoys that type of flexibility. The qualifications for teaching online is to be a native English speaker without too much of an accent, so kind of clear. They prefer US Canadian. A bachelor's degree in anything, a lot of them do ask for, and some formal or informal teaching experience, whether it be mentoring or something, and TEFL certifications. They're really easy to get online, either a 30 or 60 hour. Just gives you a framework of how to teach English, and they're pretty much the basic requirements. Although if you don't have a bachelor's degree, there still are companies that will hire people without bachelor's degree. So don't give up, you can message them and talk to them. So finding online English teaching jobs, don't worry, I'll have a list of all the companies. So you can check that out, and there's tons in there. The main ones that I would recommend for US from people from the US, VIP Kid is the most famous, well known. Then there's Magic Ears, which a lot of people love, and the list goes on and on. As I said, there's hundreds for Australian, UK, South Africans, Dada ABC, Say ABC, iTutor, UU ABC, and Wales English is another good one, but don't worry, we'll put it all in the download. So I hear you might be wondering, how much will I get paid? What can I get from this? I would say straight off the bat that the average is around $20 US. There are some companies that pay as low as $1 US, and others that are around 13 or 14 US dollar base, and then with your bonuses it'll get up to 20. A lot hover around the 15, 17, but then there are those that are 25, 28. So when you're straight off the bat, getting a position that's say 17 US is okay to start at, and then getting up to the 20, after 6 months or a year, 20, 22, 24, there are ways to get up higher, but think about around the 20, 18, 20 US for starting out, and onwards and upwards. Stop, traffic light. You must consider your internet connection. This is makes me go insane. Like, your whole life, if you're traveling, will revolve around what will the internet connection be like? How can I get internet? When's my next class? I'll need the internet. So when you can sort the internet part out, then life is a little bit easier. There are companies that teach 1-on-4 kids, which I prefer because it's more dynamic and you can change around, but they often do need a stronger internet connection. The speed I mentioned before, which is about 5 Mbps upload and 10 Mbps download. Okay, you can get away with less, like 4, maybe 3. Dada ABC asked for 2 upload, but that was a 1-on-1 platform. So you'll get paid more if you're doing a 1-on-4 platform. You'll need a stronger internet connection. You need to sort of be with your computer more because you've got to change students around all the time. So you kind of have to be in one spot for teaching. Whereas when you are on the 1-on-1 platform, although you might be paid a little bit less, it's easier if you're traveling because you have a one student, you can be there close, you don't have to move as much. You can get a USB light and just be there. There are times that I've been sitting in, lots of different places in my travels, but I've, a hotel room, wherever, on the bed with a pillow on your hotel bed, delivering your class, hour or two, and then you're off again, like easy. Whereas the 1-on-4, it's more risky because of the strength in the internet. You're moving your mouse around more, or your trackpad. Anyway, they're things to consider. Will you be on the go, or will you want to be more stable? But then the other thing is you want to aim for getting a higher pay. So then it's a good idea. Well, you can change companies. Once you're on one level, I say every 6 months you should look to go up, at least $2 US, like every 6 months, try to get up there, depending on what you start at. So also I wanted to mention Palefish is an app you can actually teach on your iPad that I've heard is really popular with travelers. So instead of cutting your laptop on your motorbike that I did often, my 2 kids, the laptop, driving around to our destinations and pulling it out random places. If I could teach on my iPad, it would have been amazing because I'd only have to bring the iPad. So I think, I'm not sure on the pay with those. I think it is a little bit less, but think about what you need and what's more important to you, that flexibility or the higher hourly rate. Personally, as a single parent with 2 kids, I go for the higher hourly rate, but everyone's different. And what are the requirements? What do you need? So you need a good laptop, obviously. So you need to have a good camera on your laptop or another camera, and a USB headset and mic. I'll put a document with some that I recommend as well attached. And optional is a USB selfie stick. So I used that when traveling because it was a light, some people might find it annoying, but I was in like very dark hotel rooms with terrible lighting, and it would have just been awful to teach. So I could whack my USB light in, as I said, sit on the hotel bed with the light, and traveling and delivering, that good class. That's something else you can look at getting. And props, I used to use my expressions for props, but some people, you can carry little things. We get these free at the store, so you can give these little rewards, little things as rewards, or puppets, whatever you find. They can be your props. So, what is it actually like? What is the life like traveling and teaching as a single parent? So, I found it's easier to stay in one place for a while when you're at least if you're traveling with kids. The internet connection, as I said, is the biggest one, and then your lifestyle, how you want to incorporate your hours. So I would work 5 nights for 3 hours a night, even though some of that time may have been a paid standby. But during that, I did Monday to Friday, and then I changed to Sunday to Thursday because I wanted Friday and Saturday night off. Night, and then be back Sunday night for school on Monday, and I would be teaching then, so that worked a lot better. So think about, you'll find that you'll have to get your travel around your teaching times. If you want to travel, that was a bit of an annoyance, like, oh, how can I travel there because I've got to teach now and I've got to get back by this, blah blah, or flights, because it's best to ask for the least amount of time off as possible. One, because you can lose your bonuses, and the next is you're losing money that you could get, and you don't really work much. You only work a couple of hours a night, so it's not like you actually, it's not like big 8-hour days, so you don't really want to miss one of your little nights. The life of being an online teacher, I found it, traveling with it, I just found it so, apart from the internet drama, just such a stress-free thing. So I'd run a business before that, and this, you just like, it's just easy. Just go there and you have a great time. You get, everyone pays well. And yeah, it was just, don't work much, get a decent amount to travel. It worked really, really well for me. I really enjoyed it. So I had my whole days to myself to travel or go to a spa or get a massage, and as a single mum who had always worked, I had a business in Australia. When I was able to actually just work a couple of hours, I didn't have to worry about marketing my business. I didn't have to worry about bringing clients, getting clients. It was just, 6 to 9 on the computer or around it if I'm on standby. Or maybe sometimes I wasn't. I could even be out and then go into some room to teach. But, and then it was just really easy and nice. And if you're in Asia, you can get a massage and go to the beach and have your whole day. You might miss out on some dinners or something, but you still have Friday and Saturday, and meeting people. I think it's great. I thought it was just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful way. Wonderful. And so and how do you need to be? You need to be animated. So, if you've got an outgoing personality, you can be animated to the kids and be like, oh, what? Are you happy? Yes? Okay, let's go. you know, all this type of thing. The slides are done for you. You might end up, you'll look at the start because you'll be nervous maybe, but you know, after a couple of lessons, you won't even look at the slides, so there's no prep. The slides are done, you just don't even really need to look because you're getting to the jig of it really easily. And you know, the platforms are pretty easy to learn, or some use Zoom. That's, you know, more techie than their own platform, but once you learn those, it's easy and just, you know, it's just fun, like easy and fun. New process, what's the hiring process like? So you can look on some websites like Indeed.com, Seek.com, or go direct to their website, or even better, you can go into Facebook group. There's one called Hired ESL Teachers, I think, and you can say, I'm looking for a job, and people have their affiliate links, which means they'll be paid a, say, 50 or $100 bonus if you sign up under their link. So then ask them to help you or mentor you through that process. Yeah, just apply. So you need your good CV, cover letter. Then they'll ask for your degrees and qualifications, and then you might have a 10 or 15 minute Skype just to get to know you, and that will get you ready for the first mock class or learning their platform. And then after you finish that successfully, they will figure out how much your starting hourly rate is from that mock class. So you really want to nail the mock class. I started like on a low rate, signed up for 6 months. I think it was less than $17, and then my sister had less experience in teaching than me because I had a TEFL as well, and she started $1.50 higher because I gave her some tips first. So I had to wait the entire 6 months. No one would increase my salary once the contract signed. So it's important to nail the mock class and negotiate. Okay, you want to be started. Every US dollar makes a difference. And then they'll sign and return the contract. And then you might have a second mock class, or you might go straight into probation and teaching. So how do you nail the class and start higher? Well, so you need this encouragement and animation, maybe a reward system like I was showing before, or stars, or little toy things, a lot of expression, and there is TPR, which is total physical response. So that would be, I will show you a little bit of a class that I've done so you can have a look. Okay, let's have a look now. And then they'll sign and return the contract, and then you might have a second mock class, or you might go straight into probation and teaching. So how do you nail the class and start higher? Well, so you need this encouragement and animation, maybe a reward system like I was showing before, or stars, or little toy things, a lot of expression, and there is TPR, which is total physical response. So that would be, I will show you a little bit of a class that I've done so you can have a look. Okay, let's have a look now. Okay, well, I hope that helped, having a look at my class. You can see that you have to talk at a pace that's clear, and open your mouth and say the words better, and pronounce different letters. I see you. Say I. Say I see you. using the hand. Really look in the camera, don't look at the screen. Sometimes make sure you put your eye up to the camera. It's easy to just look at the screen, but if you're looking at the camera, then you're looking at the assessment officer, or which will be your student in the future, and making that eye contact. And yeah, like all the okay, yes, great job. You feel like an idiot at the start. Great job. You feel like so silly, but you really get used to it and just throw it out in the mock class. Anyway, after a few months teaching, everything will be totally easy for you anyway. So just think of it as training grounds. And thank you. So that is the end. Dun, dun, dun. Or shall we say that is the beginning